Welcome, YouTube. This is Mushcraft Weekly Tournament number 144. We got Lucas Legends, Vintovka, Eto Prasnik, Ninja Peng, Corva Bianca Bound, Cyrus the Great, Kepko, and Nero SY 44 today. You can see the decks that they've brought here. This playlist is too kick-ass. We will switch to our usual tourney playlist. There we go. So it begins. I guess we can look at the decks. We're watching Kepko versus Nero. So, what has Kepko brought? Deadeye Ambush Traps, the Kepko Classic, with your vets into Stinky and Incineering Trap as the opener. We got Blood Money Bounty, pretty popular current meta. We have Golden Necker Self-Food, which we don't see much because of mobilization, but it's in a tournament setting. You could just ban mobilization. It's got a lock, Blue Boy, Melusine. And then we have Imperial Formation Shoop Artifacts. This is a classic. What did Nero bring? Nero also brought Imperial Formation with Battle Stations, Bacala, All God, a Fawn. So this is more of a like carryover a Fawn version. Oh, spotters. Hello. We got an Utkel Portal deck with Geralt Professional. Is this the Lucas deck? At least this is the deck I saw Lucas playing, I think. It has a little more control than your average Alchemy deck. Oh, you got a fan. We have Invigorate with Dragons. Saskia for thinning. This is... I see a few Harmony cards for proactivity. There's also a Philivandrel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boosts for Oxenford Scholars, which puts him at 9. That's kind of sad, man. Congregate Tatterwig is the final deck. Wait. I am an observer, right? Yeah, they just haven't done their bans yet. Congregate Tatterwig is the final deck. You ready for the ban? Okay. AR35. Welcome in, welcome in. Nice boxers. Do you want to do Gamba today, R35? Also, is anybody watching using the TikTok vertical layout? If you are, give me your feedback. All right. I'm giving you a sword. Don't abuse it. Well, don't abuse it a lot. Abuse it a moderate amount. Okay, bans are through. And we go to game number 1. Hello. We are off. Round 1. Gonna be Kepco versus Narrow. Currently 0-0.
There will be no negotiation.
You know what? I know what's the problem. No, that wasn't a problem. The music was just loud on my end. The song, it's a remix. Yeah, that works. No, that's a poll. You type /prediction to do Gamba.
Let's hurry. May your sword and arm be one.
New mod in trading, guys. Give him a second. Yeah, it's a mix of the Ophiri menu and the Zelda stuff.
Dribble, how could this possibly have survived peer review?
Okay, so Saskia Commander played round 1. Does this deck run a brawler? It does not. Jepko playing a Slander first on the Swordmaster, and then dropping the Executioner, immediately getting value from it. Merktabraki looks like... No, just butterflies. Probably to grab the Merktabraki or the Philovandrel. So Triss Butterflies boost the Philovandrel to 8. So that Philovandrel can play Frog Mating Season. Kind of smart. And then Curse Scroll to grab the Merktabraki. Keeps the Squirrel because Kepco plays Oniromancy.
Magic sows chaos.
There we go.
A special fire for you, Chanel.
So Nero passed.
Swords I smile at, weapons laugh.
Oniro, Squirrel, and then once Caleb Menga was played, he felt like he had enough points to pass and forced Kepko to go down cards, which was the case. Long round with dragons against bounty. Usually you don't want to give bounty a long round. Wait. Squirrel was just played before Oniro. That's an odd squirrel. I mean, I can see not wanting to play anything else.
Read, write,
Now the other scholar has to leave too. The scholar is really good against bounty because it's like 2 base power and plays for 9 points. So if opponent kills it, they have to spend 9 coins to get 2 points back. 2 coins back. Big Boy's already maxed. Yeah. There's only one immune dragon left, and I guess Murktabraki can draw it, so you just mulligan now. Making a bomb can be useful. There is a freak show. Menga is gone. Looks like Nero prefers the Pyrotech because it can remove something. And maybe Waylay is the mulligan target for Murktabraki? I don't know. Maybe it's the dwarf. Waylay is kind of guaranteed value. 6 points. He is going to open with Murktabraki. Grab the immune dragon. What's he going to put back? One of these 4, right? Okay, he puts the dwarf back. Oh, his leader was already at 11. I didn't even notice that. So, leader just insta-answers Murktabraki. Oof. Nero can play the immune dragon now, right? But he's playing handball, so first he's gonna leader a bunch. Because he wants this to get... I guess 18 provision leader, there's a lot you can do, but boosting for the Vandal was wrong, right? Like, what are we gonna do at 9? Is this for waters? Because the only, like, harmony trigger you have is dragons. It can't be, and like 1 elf. Can't be for waters. Can't be for Call of the Forest either, right? I guess maybe Call it the Cat Witcher Adept is good. But you could have Ice... No, Isengrim doesn't do Witchers. Didn't use the last leader charge either. There's no 10 provision special, right? This is the problem with this immune card. It just gets graded. Kepko looking very comfortable here. These dragons are just big juicy targets, as far as he's concerned. So the Brute and Scoundrel are in deck. You could mull these 2 cards, I guess. I mean, it's worth tributing Graydon on Synthesis. You get 9 coins back, and he boosts by 9. Wow. Billing Tremor says basically this Witchfinder's gotta go. Kepko's gonna immediately Graydon as expected.
The church welcomes all. All are free to convert.
I'm not sure. Like at 7, you could give Veil to something and protect it from this Witchfinder, but as it stands, even heat waving the villain will give
has shown us the way.
I mean, maybe going Purify here was a thought. I don't know. Instead of damage. These two are both 12, technically. If Kepko doesn't do anything about it, then this villain will play for a lot, but I don't think he's just going to let it sit there. Seems like an easy heat wave. But he's got to spend first because this will give him 6 coins. Is it Purify? It would just delay things by 1 turn. The Graydon was already used, so... I mean, this is like 16 power. Witchfinder's not going anywhere. It's just going to be a...
They want the pirates to see
kind of a choose your own adventure or bounty. They can decide how they want to win this game.
Pride is all
Life is
we've
fleeting,
left.
yet life is eternal.
It is over. It's over. This was kind of an auto lose, honestly. I don't see what you're supposed to do as Nero in that game. So now we go to game number 2.
These trees will be your gravestones.
Alright, new Gamba is up. So this time Nero is playing Tattering Syndicate. And he's going to be against Kepko's Deadeye Ambush Elves. Should be more interesting. Fortunately for Nero, he has a brick in hand. But he does have a mulligan remaining. Hey Pio, how's it going?
At last.
Interesting. We actually can't see. I didn't see what trap that was. Didn't hear? No. So no Yorvet's Gambit in hand, and he couldn't curse scroll for it. Looks like Sticky Situation was played from hand. It's Tattering though. Whatever you play is probably going to trigger a Sticky Situation. So... Stabby Huckster is the play.
These here is witchwalkers.
How come he didn't get any coins for that? Does anybody know? Why is Nero at 0 coins?
Stay true to our
This has profit 1. What? Huh? What? Hello? He just got... He damaged Avalok Sage, yes. But it has a profit and a damage on deploy. It gets both. Gale, I think I had to remove you because you didn't have decks uploaded next time. Or in time. Just like the card, Gale is sad. Because nobody wants to play with him. Not even 18th Provision Vampires can afford to run Gale. Not even Devotion Vampires play Gale. It is what it is.
We fight to the last.
Comes Jordan into Mahakam Horn. And... a Saboteur, which will play for 8 points. Pretty good card once you played Angus. And Nero will pass. He's like so far behind. But really, where did that coin get? Yeah, I'm... Like, does Sticky Situation prevent profit abilities? Is that some weird interaction we've never thought of? Or like we've never noticed, rather? Skellige Crows took it? Yeah, probably. They do like coins. Maybe a Magpie took it. Ah, the coins got stuck, obviously. Capco will just happily pass here. So the problem with Tattering Syndicate is that it doesn't play Laura Dora. So it really doesn't have a lot of proactive points. He said while casually walking away from his casting chair to turn on the fan because he's getting kind of muggy in his office.
Away from my wares! Away!
Wait. Why are we playing these things? The truffle I understand. Well, we already thinned the highwayman. And those are proactive cards that are kind of good to play against traps, no? There's an Avalok Sage, but there is a Vial in the deck. There is a Vivian Oriole in this deck. With a few valuable targets to play it next to. You can play Vivian next to Tatterwing. Next to Cleaver, next to Hemmelfart. Even next to Truffle's not bad. For anyone who doesn't know, Vivian Bird Lady boosts self by the provision cost of the card next to it. So if you play this next to Rent-Free, it will boost to 17. Yep. Because Rent-Free is 16 provisions now. Thanks to the glorious and enlightened Balance Council. Okay. Nero doesn't brick Avalok. That's good. He even has an Uma. This Uma is going to have to carry. Okay. So first, it's going to be Senior to create the two lackeys. That's kind of the reason for this leader. And we're not clicking the truffle yet, it seems. So how many crimes are there? This is a crime Wheel of Fortune. We even have an elf and onion stew. I guess you could use it on Avalok Sage and something else. And Kepko just plays 2 traps. Now we know that none of them is Serpent, but Nero doesn't know that.
It's time.
Okay, that Avalok Sage triggers the Pitfall, which does tremendous damage. Kills 2 of his engines, which makes me wonder, why didn't we truffle those things last turn? Or to start this turn. Like if Serpent kills a 7, then you're just happy. What you don't want Serpent to do is kill your Tatterwing. So Kepko will have to, well, he doesn't have to play unit. He can just spawn a token next turn. These are some Monka difficult matchups for Nero, honestly. And then you can play Yorvith. This time into a Serpent Trap. Now, Nero might think this is a Pitfall. He just plays Wheel of Fortune, triggers the Serpent, loses the Lackey. Okay, neither player has any points. Currently tied at 0-0. But not for long, I don't think. I think this is a temporary shortage of points. Yep, we have 4 points on one side and another trap. This time it is Deception, which will spawn 3 Deadeyes. What was that Serpent Trap? It's mind games too, right? Like, he couldn't play Crushing. And if you replay the Pitfall, it's kind of obvious it's what your opponent expects. I think. Plus, the more traps you play, the better Hostage Takers become. He's just gonna yoink everything. Currently, Hostage Takers can yoink a 4. One more trap and he could have yoinked the Cleaver. Right now he's wishing this was Pitfall. He's like, oh no, I could have murdered this whole board. Since Serpent Trap is gone, Nero can just vial the Cleaver. That's something. Artifact Compression, of course, will negate all of that eventually. So that Cleaver will have played for like 7 points. It is its only spender though, but it's not like he's got a lot of coins. Now we see Crushing Trap deployed. Just saving that Pitfall for as long as possible. Nero also plays Ivo, which isn't going to play for a lot. Like, yes, this plays 2 cards, this plays 2 cards, this is 2 cards, and this is 2 cards. But this isn't going to be like an NG Ivo or anything like that. Oh yeah, he also has the Spores for Cleaver. I forgot about that. Here comes Tatterwing. Playing for a chunky 25 points. Hostage takers are now at 6. And fortunately for him, the crushing goes back row. Sammelfart isn't for rezzing any Firesworn units. It's just to give value to lackeys. Whole deck is kind of like a style deck, I think. It smells so heavily of Sentry and Lion, I can just... Here comes Uma. By the way, how are you guys doing on YouTube? Everything good? Everything look and sound good on your side? Uma triggers the Pitfall, which kind of damages the Hostage Taker, but Holger is a card you can steal. And that's what we see. A little odd that this went to the range row, because now you can't steal stuff that's been played on the back row. Well, maybe that's okay. Nero will spawn the ads on the front row and loses 2 points. I wonder why he did that. Maybe he's expecting a second crushing, but this deck doesn't have a second crushing. 2 tokens are killed to create a bronze. Not the best soup. But that's because his Avalok was killed. Vivian will play for 15 points. And Truffle another 6. So 64 to 69. And of course Spores will counter the Vivian. And now all Nero has is an Ivo. And Ivo won't even be enough. Tepco doesn't need the artifact compression, but he has it. Still 16-point Ivo. Pretty good Ivo. Because between Truffle, Hemmelfart, Dupe, Cleaver, it did get some good value. So with that, Kepco comfortably wins the series 2-0. But Nero brought some cool decks. And had some really unlucky matchups, I would say. So... how are we doing with the rest of the bracket? Looks like we might be able to catch Game 3 of Cyrus versus Corva Bianco Bound. If that matchup indeed goes to Game 3. Vintovka and Ninja Pang are also in their Game 3. But that game's already started. And Lucas Legends defeated his opponent 0-0 and advanced to the semifinals. So Kepco will be playing the winner of Corvo versus Cyrus, and Lucas will be playing the winner of Vintovka and Ninja Pang. So I think we're going to watch that series as well. And of course, we'll be watching the finals. That's just how good Lucas is. He wins games without playing. Welcome back, Lucas. Still not time yet, but Kepco did win, in fact, yes. Fairly comfortably. He just had 2 tall punishes for Vivian and Ivo. There really wasn't much it seemed to me that Nero could do. Like Nero lost round 1 by like 40 points, so it's not like he could have stayed in. And Kepco just went straight long round with traps and Eldain, and it was not close. In game 1, he played Invigorate Dragons into Bounty, which was like, thank you for the chunky units, I take those. Maybe Formation would have done better into Kepco's lineup. Yeah, Nero brought Nero did bring, I think, Lucas's Geralt Pro deck, but he didn't get to show it. Maybe we'll see it played by Lucas himself. I'm trying to see if I can show for my vertical format audience. Maybe this will work. By the way, Gwent or Twitch has a promotion right now. If you gift 5 gifted subs, they throw in 1 extra one, I believe. I don't know if anybody cares, but it's there. It's because I have a vertical layout, and I am blessed with such privilege. 20% matching gift subs from Twitch. But right now we are awaiting the Corvo Cyrus game result. Whether it goes to game 3 or not. If it does go to game 3, then we will watch it. If not, we will see the semifinal game. While we have a minute, I have some cool news to share. In 2 weeks, we will be organizing a Bronzapalooza tournament with a cash prize of $100 for first place and $25 for second place, sponsored by CV Dub. Bronzapalooza will be a tournament where you can only have 4 gold cards in each deck. The rest of the rules will be just like this one: 4 decks, 4 factions, best of 3s, best of 5 for the finals. 4 decks, 1 ban. But it will be, the twist will be you can only have 4 gold cards per deck. We're still working out the exact timing because I'm hoping to have a certain other Gwent personality join me for the casting. So once I have the timing down, we'll make an official post and let people know. But just wanted to give you guys a heads up. That's coming. You want to start working on your decks, it will be 4 gold cards maximum per deck. So if you look at, for example, this deck that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 12 gold cards, it will need to be, this would not be like the deck you would bring. You could have 4 of them. So you could have like these 4. Lucas says he already made the decks. Very nice, very nice. I'm also going to do for the next 3 hours, gift subs are 35% off if you gift 5 or more. Wait, I guess I can't do it because there's already a separate promo going. I see. Well, it is what it is. Anyway, give me money. Potatoes have expenses. All right. Dirt isn't cheap anymore. Hello, Ender. So in game 1, Corvo played their self-wound deck, and they beat Fruits. I wonder what their other decks look like. Fruits and Imposter. Let's take a look. So their fruit stack is Lilith's Omen with Erendite Mamuna Heatwave. There's an Ethereal, there's an Ada. And the Omen is for Penitent and Archespore. Cool. Meanwhile, the Imposter deck, Battle Stations with Catriona and Cadaverin. So kind of a spicy Masquerade Ball deck. No Art Fade. Instead, playing some extra poisons. It looks like. And then Cyrus, whose pirate deck got banned, brought Shield Wall Fruits and Enslave 6. I have a feeling I know what these decks are. Yep, this is Hefty Helga with Stefan and Artaud. Battle Stations, basically non-Kelvite assimilate machines. So lots of Magnes. A couple remedies. There's a Menno to tutor a Coup or Battle Station and Joachim. He also brought a Lilith's Omen Portal deck. So this Lilith's Omen is for Bloody Mistress and Mamuna. And the Portal will pull Fiends and Necro Warrior. Mamuna with Griffins, double Dimeridium Shackles, and Artifact Compression. I feel like these could be adoring, Gary. Or do you just play like a Nat selection or something? We also have a Purify special and a Enemy Bronze Banish special, which could be really good in a Fruit Smear. Which might happen. Still possible. Apologies. Potatoes is experiencing some coughing. Give him some Paul Woonry. It's amazing how you face these people every day. Yeah, like at certain MMRs, there's not that many. Like I played against the same guy like 3 times yesterday, I'm pretty sure. I was jamming some SK off stream. This guy. Yeah. Vishit. 1, 2, 3. 3 times in like 2 hours. We played against each other. I also played against Cyrus. And this jerk who's emoting as NR. Look at this guy. He was playing a Vincent Yencon version of Mobilization and emoting at me. Let me see if I can show and shame his profile. Hang on. I'm not done being toxic. Yeah, 141 games of NR. 177 games of SK. He's still only 2,500. Okay, bro. Annoying fella, you know him? Yeah. Okay. I also played against this gentleman who was playing a Sabbath deck, and I just didn't put anything in my graveyard. And he forfeit round 3. Because all I did was play like 3 specials round 1 and then Seer Nova round 2, so he couldn't Sabbath. I mean, he could, but it was only 2 units in my graveyard, and it would have been... He just kept waiting for me to play a 4-power card. I could tell because he had Nat selection, and I just kept playing my like bigger cards, and then he just forfeit. I met some interesting characters yesterday. I sure did. I sure did. Listen, I don't... If you like a deck and you like jamming Gwent, especially like... Some people just like to play while they're doing other stuff. I don't got a problem with that. You know what you like, you know what you like. I do think that Pro Rank should be 4 factions. But I also thought Pro Rank should be UQ with 3 decks, minimum. If I had been in charge, that's what would have happened. Everybody could have chosen. If you want to play Pro Rank gameplay, you queue with multiple decks and your enemy gets to ban 1. just off of your leader icon. Wouldn't have to be open deck list or nothing. And then if you don't like that, you just want to pick a deck and only play that deck, then you uncheck the pro rank regulation box and then you just play a normal ladder. People could have split. People who want to play competitive or people who just want to jam for fun. It would also avoid like the matchup bingo, right? Where you are like, oh, I'm matched against my counter deck. Guess I lose. It would also promote a more healthy meta because like if you run 3 control decks and somebody can see that you're running 3 control decks, they just pick their point slap. If you're running like cheesy greedy decks and they have like, I don't know, a Devotion Symbiosis deck that they think would just auto lose, they can pick their more mid-range deck. Would add a lot of skill to the game and make the ladder much more healthy. I suggested this to CDPR back in the day, but of course they didn't really listen. Like, I just think Gwent is a much more enjoyable game when you have some control over, some say in what you're playing and against what. And I think if you're going to have a pro rank, it's okay to limit just that, just pro rank, to that sort of, basically a draft, as opposed to a quick match, if you got to go with like MOBA terms. But we're going to game 3 of Cyrus versus Corvo Bianco Bout. Good luck to both players. Oh, sorry, it is actually 1-1.
Realms too endless.
Because I think like when you queue into an unwinnable matchup, it's just 15 minutes of pain, right? It's just unnecessary. No, they were on game 2. So it's a tie in terms of the score, but Corvo won game 1, Cyrus won game 2. And now it's going to be an NG clash. Enslaved 6 versus Imposter. Both decks have plenty of control. 2 Van Morlehems and some poisons, as well as Vincent, to deal with Helga and these machines. I think I want to say Aristocrats has the edge here. They just have more control. And they have a scenario which Cyrus can't really do anything about. But if Cyrus can avoid jamming battle stations from blue coin round 1, I think he's got a good chance. Yeah, neither deck runs Khalid. I don't think this choice really matters. This would have been maybe the one game where this card gets played, but it's a little early for that.
Strength, but for the Empire I endure.
I'm also surprised he didn't just open Fire Scorpion and give it Crystal Skull. I feel like that would just win the round, no? And if opponent wants to use Vincent to get rid of it, then let him use Vincent. But here we are. How will Corvo deal with this? He also doesn't really have a hand he can play this round. Like, he drops the Thirsty Dame and gets killed. Felipe gets killed. He can't play Hunting Pack yet. Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe Cyrus is, like, intentionally bricking the Hunting Pack. Oh, he got this from the Magni. Oh, okay. Professional caster, by the way. Paying complete and total attention. Yup. That's to me.
Oh dear. Have I something in my teeth?
So, because he dropped the Scorpion first and gave it Veil, the Thirsty Day went to 5. That's a little tricky. If there was a... I guess it doesn't matter. Assassination always kills it, even if you apply a status. But I mean, Corvo can boo hurt this now. Yeah, it gets it to 14 power. I think Cyrus shouldn't overreact. I think he should just play like a joust or something and hold the charge. See what happens. Because this isn't really an engine right now. This requires like Pikeman or Philippe or something to become an engine. Being blue coin is so bad for Cyrus. I mean, he chose to play this on blue. I suppose the alternative was playing fruits. Yeah. He just plays the joust and then we'll use both charges. So next turn, he used assassination first. Okay. So that's 8 damage. Technically, this is in yoink range, but you should never yoink this. Oh! So Corvo kind of, in a desperation play, drops the Roderick and plays a Vincent. Vincent will kill the 11. Honestly, I think this is good for Corvo. What were his other options? It was Emir, Battle Stations, like Cadaver was a brick. What was Emir gonna play? But now Cyrus is forced to play Battle Stations himself. And he jousts and then amnesties the Dame. That's one way to deal with it, I guess. Joust played for 4, Amnesty played for 8. So if I'm Corvo, I got the hunting pack I want to play. That's 8 points. Doesn't get me ahead, but I want to play it. Then I can just play like the Fangs on something, and then I can use Van Morlem's Servant to transfer it. I don't know. I think this is playable for Corvo. Because I feel like if he gets a long round, he wins, right? I mean... The only way I see Cyrus winning is if he gets to place Joachim in a short round. Because his opponent doesn't have Joachim. Or Usurper. Right? Corvo's deck is like... It has Scenario, it has Rompali, it has Catriona, Philippe. All of these are long round cards. So it doesn't really play like the Art Feign deck where you just play 3 cards and pass and defend the bleed with Art Feign. Oh, Cyrus is going to pass. I don't know, with Assassination gone and 1 Joust gone. He's got Vilgefortz, he's got Skellen. Helga will never get value in this matchup, I don't think. Or Scorpion. I think those always get controlled. The other thing is this leader, this imposter leader, makes it very tricky for you to play a card like Emir. Because opponent can just lock it and get their own. Or even things that you might want to like play with Archad. Opponent can just... Like if you play a Rompali, they just imposter it. And this is an order card, not a deploy card. So Corvo ditches a lock rather than a poison. That's interesting. Cyrus mulligans the mirror. And Diplo. He has Helga in hand now. What's Corvo gonna do? Is he gonna push? He's still missing scenario and battle stations. It looks like he's gonna play Emir into Thirsty Dame.
There is but one punishment for traitor.
And that draws the battle stations. He does have 2 bronzes in hand.
A superb specimen, truly.
Puts him on different rows. Playing around Red Haze, I guess. But that's an easy joust. So if Cyrus were to like yoink this at some point and give it swag some other way, he could Emir into, or sorry, Artad into Emir, and he would need a Magni. That's his only Emir target. So I wonder if he's gonna think of that and save the Magni. Because Emir is bronze, soldier, or aristocrat. And he doesn't have any aristocrats. Oh yeah, Cyrus also is missing a special here right now. But, you know, there's a good chance he draws some later. Corvo says, no, I'm here for the bleed. Commits to Catriona. This is poison and non-poison unit with at least 1 status. This card really doesn't work without Philippe. But Cyrus doesn't really have an answer. Well, he does have a remedy. He could remedy a lock. He could fur cart remedy a lock. I don't think that you really have a problem giving your opponent a fur cart. It's fine. Looks like we're gonna yoink the Emir. And we're gonna Artad into our own Emir. Into Magni, into Remedy, into Lock. Okay, so we do this to me it looks like it secures the card advantage. Oh, he's gonna play Boohurt. What are we doing? Why are we boosting the Artad? Brother plays poisons. But on the plus side, no, see, here's the thing. Catriona can just poison the Emir. He's going to play Rompali first.
I'll make sure the Emperor hears about your exploits, gentlemen.
That was the rope? Must have been, yeah.
There is but one punishment.
Then Imposter on the Emir. I mean, this is like almost best case scenario for Cyrus, right? Put it through the self-bleed, I guess. Problem for Cyrus is he didn't draw his Vilgefortz or Skellen yet. Or Coup. Like, Coup on Rompali would be something. He just missed... I think he just got a lock. This is dying no matter what you do. There's no saving it. Here comes Furcart into Remedy, and he gets a Diplo. Not the greatest. Locks the Catriona rather than the Rompali. Alright, here comes Battle Stations for Corvo. This is gonna... Ooh, when he gets the scenario. Yeah, he can play scenario this round. He's got 2 aristocrats. And transfer a lock and a poison. And kill the other Emir. Yeah, Race. I am. Now that you're here. Hope you are well as well. Hope you're having a great Sunday. We're having a good Sunday. We're watching this epic battle of two Nilfgaard control decks. Both players going ham in round 2. Cyrus can also purify the Emir. Maybe he's saving his purify for Helga. The Corvo responds by just
Fuck you, need of garbage.
playing Masquerade Ball. If I'm Cyrus, I ping this Thirsty Dame and hope to find an amnesty. Either from Diplo or from Lydia. Well, Lydia wouldn't work because Lydia would trigger like Emir and then this would boost. But I think Cyrus is gonna wish that he. Oh. Okay, Yo came into top deck Skellen. That's something. He kills both the Emir and the Thirsty Dame. Will Corvo cadaver in the Emir or I guess the Skellen probably, right? He's gonna lock the Scorpion and probably poison the Skellen. 41 to 28. I guess you played the Philippe before you played the Cadaverin. But you have to play this first because otherwise Philippe doesn't get Zeal. Philippe needs a vampire on the board. Which means either a Thirsty Dame or a Van Morhem Hunter or Vincent. There's also a Blight Maker in this deck. I didn't even notice. So he does have some short round tempo if Cyrus somehow manages to survive. Cyrus will play the Diviner to purify the poison on the 12. This Rompali is still getting 3 points a turn though. It is devastating. Philippe should be able to poison this stuff. Wait, no. Because there's no spying. He just poisons the Emir. Oh, and this already has a shield. So it can get locked. And then Cadaverin on the back row. And there's no Purify left. Yeah, Cyrus is getting 2-0'd. This Rompali, even without the Rompali, he might get 2-0'd. Time for Diplo to show its quality. Okay, you can Diplo into another Diplo. Or sorry, Lydia into another Diplo. To look for a Purify, I think. Master of Disguise is probably the most... No. Oh, it's not. This is the most points. Slim pickings here for Cyrus. I think he might be exiting the tournament.
Don't touch. Those mixtures sustain me.
Yep. Cyrus gets 2-0'd in that game and loses the series 2-1. While I fight with my music program. So we are now in round 2, where Kepka will be playing against Corvo. And Lucas Legends will be playing against Ninja Pang. And that's what we're going to be watching. I could just get. No. Alrighty then. Hey, there we go. We got the music going. Okay. Round 2 of the tournament is now officially started. Players have 10 minutes to do their bans. Let's take a look at what decks Ninja Pang and Lucas Legends brought. So let's start with Lucas. He's got a Precision Strike Ragnarok deck with Heatwave and Serquan, as well as 2 locks. A decent amount of control. Right now, most ladder decks have a lot of control because of mobilization. He's got an Imperial Formation deck with a couple of locks, a Lemons, a Sweers, some Light Cav and Crossbows, as well as Brigades. We got a Fawn, Truffle, Bacala, and War Council. So a lot of carryover artifacts as well. Then we have an Utkel deck with some control. Portal, Geralt Professional, Rune Mage, Trial of Grasses, and Gigascorp Decoction. No Calzone in that deck. And then we have a Carapace deck. This is an Anastriga Carapace deck, but it's not a Shoop deck. More of a Thrive deck. It's got 2 Cyclops, Dorigary, a Beast, Goliath, Imlerith, Osril, as well as a Toad, and Egard. So a Carapace Thrive deck with some Tall Boys and some Thrive Boys and some control, as well as Enchanted Armor, which can be used on either Adastriga or Riptide, I assume. There's an Avalok to tutor the scenario, and there is a puzzle box as a second artifact and also as a Adastriga target, potentially. Cool. We're going to watch Lucas Legends versus Ninja Pang.
Mertzindus just followed.
Mertzindus, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So, let's take a quick look at Ninja Pang's decks. We know what the bans are. Ninja Pang's Mobilization deck and Lucas's Precision Strike Dwarves deck got banned. So Ninja Pang also has a Carapace deck, an Enslaved deck, and a Line Pockets deck. This is the banned deck. We all know what this deck looks like. If you've played ladder, you know the deck. So Ninja Pang is playing Kerpeten's Shoop Adastriga deck with Carapace. This is since the nerf, instead of a Cyclops, it's running a Forktail. Then we have what looks to me like a standard Calvite Enslave with Ku and Turney Shelmar, but no Anna. Okay, so Ku instead of Anna. Usually these decks have Anna, I think. And then a Line Pockets deck with Cleaver, Casimir. Looks like a pretty standard Sesame Line Pockets deck. Sausage Maker. I believe this is Kerpeten's variation on Purify. Double Witch Hunter Executioners. 2 Brawlers, 2 Executioners, 1 Chorus Blacksmith. So, since Precision Strike and Rendition were banned, Ninja Bank from Blue Coin could play Line Pockets. It's not terrible on blue. Or we could see Carapace. I don't think you play Enslave on blue. Lucas on red. We could see Soldiers. We could see Carapace even. Or Alchemy. Well, Lucas Streams is their Twitch name, so it works. Gamba is up, by the way, guys. Shout out to Rage Kiriju, who's doing the predictions today. Waldo Giggler on YouTube says that was a bra moment. I agree. There's their, I think, deciding what deck to play, given the coins they've been assigned. They have 6 minutes left. Dun 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 dun.
Oh, I sense.
Okay, so it's gonna be Shoop Carapace versus NG Imperial Formation. So for those who may not be familiar with this deck, it uses Alpha Werewolf to either boost Adastriga, or there's also a regular werewolf in the deck. Usually it plays Scenario round 1. Scenario has a lot of tempo because it will, once chapter 1 is activated, it will boost every card by 2, and then it also thins out this Necker Warrior, which is good to help your consistency. Deck runs Oneiromancy, Maxi, and Avalok Sage for consistency. It also runs a Rune Mage to make Shoop and Redea more reliable. Well, in the case of Shoop, it's guaranteed. We'll see. Will Ninja Pen commit Scenario here or not? That's kind of the main decision. The first viewing of a Forktail in 100 years? I think Kerpiton's always liked it. There was another pro player that would bring Forktail in their tourney decks. I want to say Magpie. There are some 4P cards that, like, if you know exactly the matchups and situations where they're valuable, they're good to have in your deck because you mulligan them when they're not good and you keep them when they're good. But that knowledge is kind of the prerequisite. This is interesting. Ninja Pang played the Drowner before playing Scenario. He's gonna wish he hadn't done that, I think. Because this isn't something you care about removing. But you can combo Drowner with the Cursed Damsel to kill soldiers that have armor. Now it just dies. If I'm Lucas here, I just play a light gap. Okay. Or I guess a lock to prevent your soldiers from getting killed. The thing is, yeah, because TA could have boosted this. Larva come down on the board. Trigger chapter 1 of the scenario, and then because there's no lower thrive than 2, this gets boosted by 2 to 4 by the scenario, and then that triggers the thrive of the other one, because the deploy is the spawn a base copy of yourself, and the card will resolve first, and then the rest of the board, and then hand, and then deck. That's usually the order of things. Leader is part of the board, but it goes melee to ranged, and then leader. Swears will yoink one of the larvae. So Luke is trying to really put pressure on Ninja Pang from Red Corn. But this may not be sustainable. We'll have to see. Because the scenario does help a lot with points. But Lucas has engines in hand.
The Emperor shall be proud of his sons.
Currently it's tied. But Ninja Pang doesn't want to play Heatwave, doesn't want to play Striga, doesn't want to play Redea this round. Even Vile is good with Striga, but he might have to play the Vile. He might play the Vile here, click the TA, and then get out of the round and try to defend the bleed. Looks like he's still not ready to leave yet. This Bruxa bleeding the Swears gets it to 3 power, and Swears is unlikely to be leadered by Lucas, which means that the Werewolf will play for 7. We're now seeing an Illusionist for a Drowner. This gets... Because this is a soldier, triggers the crossbow. This also always triggers. And now Ninja Pang is in a difficult situation. He's forced to play Redea. And he has 4 points here, a poison that he can't use.
The mysteries of this world.
So he goes with Ceremonial Dagger, hits the Light Cav. Of course, Lucas can save this, either with Truffle or with Leader Charges. He can also just play an Illusionist. Will this be enough to get Ninja Pang out of the round? So he's at 35 points, if you count the Vitality. So Lucas would have to get a lot of points to win this round. Now, last say is still really important if you play Tall Punish, which he does, because it limits the value that Astriga can get. But Lucas is going to go ahead and use Truffle, a Leader Charge, and get ahead. So he wants to win on even. Lucas himself has played this Astriga deck, so he's very, I think he's confident in its weaknesses, and he's decided based on that winning on even would be really helpful for him. Here comes the second Illusionist. Again, this will trigger the crossbow and will double trigger Thrive. His Marine is also boosting, potentially. Not yet. I mean, even Lemons is playable. It's not a critical card in this matchup. Although Lemons is not a soldier. Ramon and Nazuko are now playable for Lucas, so The issue is Spores is only like 2 points here for 4 points for Ninja Peng. And like Heat Wave is 6 points at best. So he's decided he's going to take the loss on even. Which is, I think, if you play the scenario and you lose on even, you're kind of unhappy. Since you could have just given the round and then kept scenario for round 2. He gets a Forktail, he'll mulligan that. Will Neckers be any good? Probably not against crossbows. He gets a puzzle box, but... And Oniro is huge, so he can Oniro for Rune Mage. But he's still like, he hasn't played Maxi, he doesn't have Shoop, he doesn't have Riptide. His Avalok is a brick. And Lucas will just pass and keep Last Say. Double Last Say, rather. So I think Ninja Peng here, either Oniro's for Rune Mage or Oniro's for Maxi. I feel like going for Alpha Werewolf is a gamble, but maybe he feels like he needs to do that. He's going to Oniro for Maxi. He sees that he's drawing Rune Mage and Riptide. He's not drawing the Shoot, but that's okay. And he's not getting Alpha Werewolf, so whatever. But these three are good. I would be shocked if he doesn't keep the draw. Because like the fact that he knows he's not drawing Avalok. So next card would be a Cursed Damsel. Is Cursed Damsel better than Spore? Yes. I think. I don't know. I guess Spore is 6 points on a Sergeant. You're probably transforming the Spore anyway. He just keeps it. Cursed Damsel will come out if something gets Vilgefortz. Oniro for NR to get an engine. I imagine it's going to be Karak City Guard. It's got Veil. It's a 1 point a turn engine, which is what any of the other ones would have been. And we're just going to see Lucas open with Ramon into Illusionist. Interesting. I guess he can get a Thrive unit, and then the next one... Oh, he wants the Damsel. There's not really going to be anything for Damsel to remove, though. Lucas is missing a light cav, a crossbow, and a lock. Wow. What a Marine. These are actually terrible draws for him. He missed all his good soldier engines. No chance for Ninja? I saw Kerpiton in a lot of situations like Ninja is, and he somehow won the game, so I don't know. But yeah, probably not. Probably not when you're missing double last say an opponent has Heat Wave. Marine in the back row. Why? What are we scared of? What's a lot of points still? Illusionists? Or you mean I guess Lucas wanted to protect this Marines because it's going to be his slave driver target potentially. Oh, he put it back row because of this, because of the Imperial fleet. That's probably the real reason. Because now this infusion is 2 points a turn. This does give Riptide value though. This is the best Riptide you're gonna get. Takes out a Marine.
Back in line.
Last man on
Comes
his
another Marine.
on an empty stomach.
And now they're boosting. They're boosting. This is the turn that you have to play Mysterious Puzzle Box. Honestly, this might be like a shoop yoink kind of game. Wait, he didn't play Puzzle Box. He doesn't want to transform. Yeah, I guess transform doesn't have as much value here because opponent would just not play the thing in the box since he's got double last save. So another Marine enters the board. So this will just be played to create a 7 power token. This Karak Marine's actually like gonna be the most value in Ninja's hand.
For the Empire I endure.
This Illusionist should have been a Necro Warrior, I think. I mean, Lucas might be planning to do something like boost a Damsel with a Sergeant and a Leader charge, and then use that to eat the 7. I don't know. No, doesn't really matter. You have Heat Wave. You don't care what Ninja eats. I think Ninja just has to kind of pray that Lucas missed Heat Wave. Yeah. This is the YOLO play. And once Lucas Heat Waves it, it's going to be GG. When you are in a situation where like you can either go for a 5% win chance play or a 0% win chance play, going for the 5% win chance play is correct. Because there were a couple of cards in Lucas's deck. Granted, if Lucas didn't have Heat Wave, he wouldn't have played War Council so early. But that's going to put Lucas up ahead 1-0 against Ninja. And now we go to game 2. In honor of the strongest Gwent card, global warming. Sorry, YouTube boys, you don't hear the song. You just hear generic music. Because copyright. You can ask. I might not answer, but you can ask. You got a couple minutes to bet on game 2 of Lucas versus Ninja. Blue coin for Lucas. What will it be? It is, in fact, Carapace. So let's see how Lucas's version of this deck will work. You bet your house on Lucas? Are you the 2,000 Tobins? Your house is worth 2,000 Tobins? Van, I got couches with more value than your house. Thank you, Chasm. No, we are not winning, but we are also not losing. Because the only winning move is not to play Gwent. So technically we are winning. Alright, Lucas is gonna boost the Riptide to 12 with 4 armor. That's basically an extra 5 carryover, I think. I'd bet Tobins if gambling wasn't banned in Poland. Sag. Man, imagine predictions would be pretty wild if my Polish viewers could bet. It's gonna open with Imlerith onto Goliath. Just set up 16 points right away, and he says, "You want to use your one tall punish on this? Be my guest." Ninja Pang is playing Calvite Assimilate. He didn't draw Torres round 1.
Onward, sons of Nilfgaard!
Are we gonna see Larva? Or Damsel? How does Lucas get out of this round without playing every Thrive card he owns? Or stuff that, like, Nilfgaard wants to give spying to? This Goliath's also dangerous in this deck, because, like, if you ever play the Goliath on the board, and they kill it somehow, it pulls out the Igard, which then also dies. One big risk to Lucas this game is Ninja Pang playing Torres and getting spying on Osril. If Lucas was a skilled gamer, he would have drawn Osril in his hand round 1. And he wouldn't have any of these problems. But the Enslaved matchup is very difficult, I think. The Poles yearn for Gamba. I bet. All they want to do is bet toe beads on Gwent. And Twitch says no. I mean, I guess you can kind of say because you get extra toe beans if you sub and whatnot, it's like a currency that you can buy with money, and therefore losing it would have some sort of... It's a stretch, man. So Lucas plays the puzzle box here. What did he... What's he transforming? Is it Toad or Cyclops? And will Ninja Pang click it? Is thing in the box of gold? Yes, it is. Okay, it was Cyclops that got transformed. And nice for him, he can play this Toad. Toad is 11 tempo and gets rid of the Alp, which was going to be another 3 bleed. And this might force Ninja Pang to pass. I mean, you really don't want to give Last Say to add a Striga deck, but yeah, Lucas is just going to play a Cursed Damsel or 6 tempo. And that kind of reduces Ninja Peng's window because now he only has 2 cards to play for 21 points because of the lead. And 21 points in 2 turns is not really possible for Ninja Peng unless he plays Vilgefortz. If he plays his Vilgefortz, then you don't mind not having last say. Yep. So Ninja Peng is forced to pass. Lucas will also pass. Now the question is, will Lucas want to bleed? And I think because he has scenario, he absolutely should. He'll have enough tempo. This is an easy mulligan. Yeah, mulligan that too since you have Avalok. Wars is really good because of Torres. Wow, this is a good hand for Lucas. Now, he didn't draw the Ikern this game, but that's fine. I don't think you need it. So winning round 1 without playing the scenario and then pushing round 2 with it is a much better situation. Too much math, says Becky. Average Nilfgaard enjoyer in the chat. The bigger problem for Lucas, well, it's not really a big problem anymore because he never played Ikern. But it would have been a big problem if he had played Ikern because Torres is going to give spying to Osril. It's still a problem because this Osril will still play for 13 points, which means Artaud will be like 19 or something. 18, 19, yeah. Ain't no way Captain Thrives tell me about Matt. Can you at least make an effort to spell my name right? Oh.
You will not regret this.
Oh, you're talking to Reggie. Okay, I was like, what are you calling me Captain What? So this emissary is to play around Riptide, but it doesn't really play around Riptide. Wait, how did this get Veil? He leadered it?
Come closer.
He just doesn't want it to get yoinked? Well, this is certainly a line. I guess it will, like, it's big enough that it can remove these engines. Lucas with the spicy lines. Looks like Kepko versus Corvo is over. You guys won't see this, but I'm gonna sneak a peek at the results. You won't believe what happened. One of the players won and the other lost. So Ninja Bang just plays a turncoat. For Avalok Sage. Well, because nothing else could be given spying to. And Lucas even doesn't let that live. So now he's got 32 points. At least Ninja has a good Brothans now. The Brothans would die immediately, but he'd keep the larva.
Her grace will not be pleased.
We see the last leader charge from Lucas used to kill the Brothans, and he's going to Riptide to kill the Vigo and still proc a Thrive. This does put Riptide at perfect range for Enslave. This Riptide was boosted by Enchanted Armor. Becky's gonna have nightmares about a 12 power 4 armor Riptide. My house soon to be doubled by points of plebs. Perhaps next week, Corvo. Kepko's a tough opponent.
Continent shall be united.
Here comes Torres. Grabs the Osrol, Piggy, and the Beast. This is the best 4 you're gonna get, right? Whoa, Lucas even dropping the thing from the box. What's he gonna eat with Ada? Is he just going for the 2-0? Oh. You can save the Spore for the Osrol, technically. It's more valuable there. And to be fair, when you've used your leader charges, like, you were never... Your Ada was never big enough for this. He doesn't really have, like, a Redea to create a token. He's technically out of tokens. In fact, I don't know how this deck creates tokens. Other than thing in the box. Which he already played round 1. Oh, this is interesting. He didn't go for Osror, he went for the Beast. And then Lucas will lock the Beast rather than Artod. Because maybe he's planning to Heatwave Artod anyway. And spores the Taurus. Ninja Peng still doesn't have a great coup. So he's gonna play Skellen Wrap now. Set up the Riptide as the coup. Oh, you know what would be really, really mean? If you spores the Riptide here. That's what I would do. It's 7 points compared to like 10. But it denies a good coup? Is that worth it? It also denies a leader. Wait, no. There's no good leader anyway. Kefko's trap deck has been doing really well in the tournament. Yeah, Lucas does it. So now coup isn't great. Vilgefortz on the 13 will pull out maybe a 2, but maybe one of these two. Or a 5.
Please wait, Your Excellency.
Emissary first. This is at, like, even with coup, this is at most 11 points, right? I mean, you kind of know he's got coup. You don't think he's got Lydia or Shelmar because Calvit was played. You can assume these two, what these two cards are, because Calvit was played. And Lucas is so done if he doesn't win. Doesn't 2-0 here, but this is 18. Let's say -2. At best case is 16. And then this is, I don't know, like 6, 7. Yeah, I don't think Ninja Peng is gonna make it to round 3. Calvita getting 2-0 is certainly something. Well, that's about as good a leader as you're gonna get, actually. But he doesn't have Sabbath.
Just a peek. That is all I need.
And he gets there because I didn't think about the thrives. Wow. Um, he's keeping the Igurd. I mean, this is kind of brave. He didn't draw the Osril. Keeping the coup here is like insane. I don't understand why Ninja would keep the coup. I guess, well, he has given spying to like 3 cards. Never mind. That's why he kept the coup. I mean, is Lucas gonna play the Igor and hope the coup was mulligan? But then Lydia can find damage pretty easily as well. It doesn't matter. This Igor he's got 13 points. I think you just play the Cyclops here to not activate the Beast. Still can't believe how many... Yeah, I guess if a Drowner had come out for Vilgefortz, it would have been better for Lucas. Vilgefortz kind of cooked him. But his whole deck is like really weak to assimilate because it's playing Piggies and like Osril and like all of these are things that assimilate just says thank you. I take those. A rare case of Vilga not being asked.
A person of trifling import, you say?
I mean, he has to risk it, but Ku will also play for 16 points. Honestly, still only 5-point game. If that was Osril instead, it would have played for 13, and then Ku would have played for 11. That still wouldn't have been enough. No, but because he would play Osril last. Yeah. Lucas not fighting Osril cost him. See, monsters lose just makes me so happy. No, it makes you a monster. In your heart. On the inside. Your heart is black. Like the Nilfgaardian flag. That's what playing Nilfgaard does to a person. My house. Lucas just had to soft lead into round 3. I didn't quite understand the leaders on the Dames. I mean, it was a cool line. I thought it was going to work until the very end. It was kind of just a desperate situation, though. Blue coin versus enslave is always desperate because, like, when you're bleeding, you have to go first, and then they get to decide exactly what they want to play in order to like get as much tempo as they need. But it's gonna be Lucas red coin now. Both players playing Carapace. Oh boy, this will be an interesting matchup because they can both eat each other's tokens. Both have scenario in round 1. Although Ninja Pang doesn't have enough thrives to trigger it. On the other hand, Ninja Pang drew Alpha Werewolf. But only a Forktail as a target. Oh boy. Phoenix TV's betting half their house on Lucas. See, Van, that's how you bet. Only half of your life savings. That is the prudent adult way to do things. Like, I only bet one of my kidneys on Spain winning the World Cup. So even if I'm wrong, I'm still good, you know? All right, we're gonna have a giant forktail. And Lucas is gonna slam jam the scenario. So I'm here to play. I'm here to kick ass and take names. Or kick names and take, I don't know. If I were to bet my life savings, I'd come out even. So Ninja Pang immediately he waves a scenario, which makes Lucas very, very sad. But Lucas does have thrives. Now he split Rose, which is either a misplay or he's for some reason confident he won't be playing Witch Apprentice this round. Ninja Pang responds by playing Riptide and clicking TA, which now means the Toad isn't really great for Lucas. And neither is Riptide. But it does get Lucas ahead, so he's going to play it. I don't think Lucas is definitely not going to want to let Ninja Pang out of the round unless Ninja plays the whatever they buffed with Alpha Werewolf. So now we have Oniromancy to Rune Mage. This should be a good amount of tempo for Lucas. For Ninja, and I don't know how Lucas deals with that. This is 6 points. Probably his best bet. Well, you know, Forktail Kedwini Revenant synergy is something to consider. I only have 620k toe beans. I don't want to lose. Jesus. A lot of money on this game. That does actually give Lucas a toe target. He takes that. And again, right now he's wishing he'd put everything on the same row. I think. How does he get Sabbath for? Which I guess Imlerith, Osrol, Goliath. He's got big boys. I don't want to know what toe beans are. They're my channel pointer words. Toe beans, like you've seen a cat's paw. The little beads. You see the little like subscriber badge next to Ericart's name? Those are toe beads.
And now I shall break you.
The beads. Okay, here comes the other larva. This epidemic is not great. And by not great, I mean it's 0 points. Fours is 4 points. Forktail is deployed. Cyclops would be 9 points. And then 1 leader would get you there. Oh, you could leader the Cyclops, or sorry, leader the Riptide and then Cyclops it to kill the enemy Riptide and then, I don't know, Osrol next turn. Using a lead to get ahead by one. This does actually make it so that Witch Apprentice next turn. Oh, I forgot Spore is... Well.
A witch's best friend is a pig, no doubt.
At least some value for Ninja Pang on Spore, but... His Heat Wave and Spore are gone, so now Lucas doesn't need Last Say to guarantee his Striga. I don't think. Unless, like, Shoop Transform is a way to deal with that. But now there's a Piggy on the board. Are we going to see Avalok Sage into a token? Or just Doragary to lock it?
I do not mince words on principle.
These larvae are just, like, helping Lucas a lot with tempo.
Mankind
So he plays his lock
a plague.
for 10 tempo. But again, this leader wouldn't have been necessary if Lucas had just played these on the melee row. I don't think. He could have leadered the Witch Apprentice instead. But Lucas does win the round on even. He hasn't drawn Imlerith. Cintrian Lion, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. And Gag33, good to see you.
Have you seen my new?
So, what damage does Ninja Pang have left? He's got a Drowner, he's got Shoop damage 4. He doesn't run a Cyclops. So, Egern is safe from everything other than Shoop. He could play it next turn. That's the command you were looking for. Alright, so we are going to see the scenario used here. And Ninja has one Thrive card and potential Oniro for another. How deep are we going to see Lucas go? Hope you had a great stream. We are in the semifinals of our weekly community tournament, which is technically also round 2. The semifinal sounds better. Oh, and if spread the word, in 2 weeks' time, we're doing a Bronza Palooza tournament with $100 for first place and $25 for second place, courtesy of CVDub. There's Oniro for Shoop damage 4. And because Lucas knows there's no more Tall Punish, he says, thank you, I take that. Easy game. Because Spore and Heatwave and Shoop are all gone. So Lucas just snatches that up. For a ton of points. Stealing an enemy token is a ton of points. Because they lose 10, and then you gain that 10, and then add a boost by an extra 10. Right? Oh, if it was allied, double the boost. Okay. It's the same. Eating allied or enemy is the same. Now, Lucas has Heatwave and Spores in his deck that he hasn't played, so Ninja Pang might be... I guess it doesn't matter. It's Lucas's turn. Lucas could pass. Or he could go for the 2-0. So the highest this can be, right, is 18 plus 9. $27. So he gets there in one card. All right, Lucas is doing it. He's pulling the trigger. He's going to go for the 2-0. Osro on the back row. Plays for 18 points, and Ninja Peng is not going to have enough to catch up, I don't think. Yes, he gets a Thrive proc, but this is the most he's going to get. 58 to 50, and Lucas will take the series 2-1, advancing to the finals, where he will face Kepko. GG's. The finals will be a best of 5, however, so players will have to play all of their decks. Oh, well, all of their decks that haven't been banned. GG Lucas. We have started the next round. You guys have 10 minutes to do your bans. Just a quick review of Kepko's deck since we have some new viewers as well. We have Deadeye Ambush Traps with Yorvit's Gambit and Eldain. We have Blood Money Bounty with Heatwave and Graydon. Rest of it's pretty standard. We have Ursine Ritual Golden Necker with Melusine, Canute, and Lugos. Anyone remember when Sigma was 8 provisions? I remember. 1.5 house. Very nice. Congratulations. And then we have a Shoop Imperial Formation Artifacts deck. Lucas, on the other hand, has brought Precision Strike. I have to root for Kepko because he has luscious hair. I remember when I had luscious hair. Young Moshcraft with the hair flips. Can't do those anymore. I've gone bald. It is what it is. Lucas brought Precision Strike Dwarves with Ragnarok. A Fawn Imperial Formation Soldiers with Ramon and Swears. Alchemy with Otkel and Geralt Professional, as well as a couple of control cards. And finally, the Adastriga scenario deck that we just saw with some boosty boys. Kepko took Mosh's hair, turned him into a potato. There can only be one Gwent streamer with luscious hair. That's true. Oh, looks like the bans are in. Or is it true? Who's luscious now? Behold. I also have luscious hair. This is not a toupee. This is my real natural hair. That's why it looks so real. Is it hair or is it friend? Mods! Mods! You just gonna let him say stuff like that? Finals, Lucas versus Kepko. Barely fit in my TikTok layout. Alright, let's go. Rock and roll in the mosh pit. That is actually where my name is from, by the way. In high school, people used to call me Mosh Pit. So, my online username was like the Mosh, and then it became Moshcraft eventually. Okay, so Lucas with the enchanted armor, but this time no. Oh, there is a Riptide in hand. He's so good with this. Capco with the Shoop soldiers. Should be interesting. Lucas can play scenario to win round 1. He's gonna play the beast first. Interesting. This way, if he plays his Imlerith into Igurd and he gets He-Waved or something, then at least the beast will boost by 2. He knows there's no assassination. There is a lock, though. So the lock will take care of that. I didn't even know he ran Naglfar. Just noticed that. Doesn't make sense. He doesn't run Onira. Here comes Squirrel, banishing the Osrol. And so Goliath, being the alternative, is played. And now it's 37-9, so Kepko can't really contest around. He's just going to play Calvite. Now the question is, does Lucas ever pass here? And I don't think he can, because he wants last say. But he doesn't want to play Riptide. How good is Drowner? Oh my god, he's going to play Naglfar. But he's lucky he finds Toad. If it had been like Scenario Striga, he would have been kind of screwed. How did Riptide get the boost? Lucas plays Enchanted Armor. That's his strategy. We're back. This is a serious esports tournament where we got a esports potato. So Lucas just opens with a damsel. Kepko responds by playing Rune Mage. Is Lucas not planning on pushing? He's gonna play the puzzle box.
Appearances can be deceiving.
And maybe transform a Drowner? Then he has to draw another Thrive card. How many Thrive cards does he have left? 2? Guess that's reasonable. Kepko plays a Diplo. Finds a Plumard for 7 points. Really doesn't like Lucas having this damsel. I think Lucas will probably just pass here at 7 cards. Try to keep last say. Playing deep into the round just lets Kepko play artifacts, and I don't think you want to do that. That being said... This always gets shooped anyway, right? situation because there's Heat Wave, there's Shoop Transform, and there's Peter to reset. So, and Lucas doesn't play Redea, and he won't have. Wait, who won the puzzle box gamble? What happened?
Last man on his post sleeps on an empty stomach.
Did Lucas like not click? Is it possible that if neither player clicks, neither one gets? That's a thing that can happen? He should have clicked it on the Drowner. It's going to be Shoop Destroy Artifact. Again, Lucas just like jams the leader charge on the damsel. The Rune Mage was already played. He knew this was coming. I guess he figures he's going to eat a Shoop, but Shoop is only 6 power now. Here comes Ramon. Oh no, this is War Council, my bad. War Council into Light Cav.
The Emperor shall be proud of his sons.
And Damsel will take care of the Light Cav. Are there any good illusionist targets? Not really, just the one Cursed Damsel. Which is also the only remedy target at the moment. Maybe you adjust the larva. No, he's gonna remedy first. Or no, illusionist first. Sorry.
Ever laid eyes on a deception of such grandeur? Our world.
Wow, Lucas is quick to lock the damsel. He wants to keep his Endrega larva alive. But now it's going to get remedied anyway. He has double Cyclops. These larvae, if they boost like twice, they get the 8. Adastriga eats the Shoop. So this will be the Heat Wave target. And he just plays Ozro last.
Very special item I have. A surprise.
Comes Redea to lock one of the larvae. The problem is these artifacts have a lot of points left. What happens if Lucas kills this? Then Peter can just go in the back row. Yeah. Lucas is trying to make Truffle awkward, but... I mean, that's the Heat Wave, probably. And then this is... kills the Sergeant in the back. Yes, it's 1 point lower than this. Well, not really.
I strive above all to be just.
Ah. Kepko will immediately get value from his truffle there. This is the only soldier left. So Heat Waving... No, this is also soldier. Yeah. It's gonna be close because this is 6, this is 4, 10. And this is another 6. But I think Oswald's going to be enough. 13 plus 2, 15. That squirrel also made it. Oh, plus 3 actually. Yeah. So Lucas beats Shoop Soldiers. Nara didn't get much value, but Ada got reset, but it still removed 6 points from the opponent's side. So very cool. So Lucas's monster that gets through. Now he's got to get NG and dwarves through. I'm guessing he'll play NG here. But we'll have to see. Oh, they're waiting on me, potentially. What will Kepko play from blue? Self Wound, and I mean, he's probably just going to play Dead Eyes, and Dead Eyes will get through. I love not drawing a single engine in round 3 because both cards which I've only get round 2 on top of my deck. Hey, Elaine. Yeah, I had to remove you because when it came time to start the tournament, you hadn't uploaded any decks. So I removed you so I could start the tournament. I did wait an extra 10 minutes. But yeah, if sorry you weren't able to make it. Hopefully you can make it next week. It will be the same time.
I've no patience for humans.
Yeah, and if usually somebody's in the chat and says, "Hey, I need 5 minutes," like I try to be accommodating, but I didn't hear anything. Forgot about the Time Attorney. I see. Yeah, so as expected, Kepko's going to play his Traps deck on blue. And he opens with Stinky Situation. And Lucas knows locks are no value in this matchup, so he just drops them. Drops that. Here comes Avalock. Since Lucas was playing around Sticky Situation, he says, "Go ahead, play around it now." This is basically a poor person's Yorvet's Gambit. It's going to be a Saboteur, puts 2 cards on either side, and then Sticky Situation will boost them by 4 points a turn. And it's basically like impossible for Lucas at this point to contest around. Well, it's not impossible, but when your opponent has 4 points a turn, it's very difficult.
Not on this ship.
I wonder if Crossbow first was better. Trickster can mess up flanking, but of course a leader charge can fix that. But the infusion is also good to give your opponent. At this point, though, you might want to leave it on the back row, so since the armor will get value. Hey, Maxim. Stinky situation. Yep. I don't like this card. So it's always been stinky to me. But Lucas will pass. He decides not to contest around. And Kepko is now thinking
That's what they call me.
he wants to use Curse Scroll and he wants to play Angus. He's never pushing around to it with this deck that I've seen. So he grabs Yorvit's Gambit. Gotta decide what to mulligan. Probably a trap, right? Is it random? No, you get to pick. You hate traps so much. It is a tradition, I believe, to hate traps in Gwent. I see Lucas. I say go Lucas. Everyone cheers for Lucas. We have a command, by the way. You want to cheer for someone? You can do this.
To the sea!
Humans to the sea. Wait, did Kepko play another card? He played a Saboteur. But he kept the Spores. So he feels like Spores are going to get value. Interesting. He's also got Artifact Compression. The biggest threat to... I imagine. A bigger threat to Kepko will be Marines rather than like Light Cav, because he doesn't play a lot of units. You want the thin Aileron. That makes sense. He's kind of paranoid about missing cards, I guess. He wants to make sure he gets Yorvith and Eldain. That's fair. So Lucas drops the Bakala and looks like he's also going to drop the Mushy. Doesn't have the War Council. Is Smears gonna be good this game? I guess Reordain is 3 power, so it will be 5 and 6, 11. Not bad for 7 points. Conditional 11 for 7. Everybody was playing Ard, right? Let's go Nilfgaard. Yeah. Some commands are too heinous for Nightbot to comply. Okay, so Lucas plays an Illusionist because he wanted to thin his brigades. Why? Because he's missing War Council?
Fuck you, need of garbage.
Hello, Full Tilt. I was sad to see that there was a emergency scheduled Formula 1 match today, preventing you from joining the tournament. But that's okay. I'm sure we'll see you next week. When stream. Oh my god. The Gwent community is like so obnoxious, by the way. Like, I don't know who I was watching, but they queued into Rusma, and Rusma came to say GG or whatever. They was like, Rusma, why aren't you streaming? You're playing Gwent. Why aren't you streaming? Brother, our time doesn't belong to you. Especially since like 90% of you are broker than the actual streamers, which is saying something because all streamers are broke. Okay, Horn and I guess Washcraft, what's off stream? What a toxic streamer? True. What was your username? I feel like I might have noticed your name. if it's the same as Twitch. But I'm also Papiga. Sometimes I queue the people that know me. He PMs and ropes and wins. Okay, I don't do all of those things. Ladder, you're a ladder monkey? Okay. I'll try to remember that next time. Sometimes people like recognize me and like taunt to say like what's up, and I just assume that they're like toxic, and I go to mute them and I'm like, oh, that's so and so from my chat. Never mind. I just assume anyone who's emoting is trying to be a jerk. Or that's my initial assumption. That's not. Anyway, there's some elves doing elf things. I didn't see what trap this was. Is it Pitfall? I think it's Pitfall. This is Incinerating, this is Pitfall. Right? So Lucas plays the mushy to get the Pitfall to trigger so he can play War Council. But this is still gonna kill it. It's Incinerating, brother. Isn't it? No, I guess not. What is this trap? It's Horn, right? It's Horn. I'm so dumb. This is the Incinerating. The one that's like on the board. And the other one's in the graveyard. Actually blind. In my defense, I am a potato. I could just like look at the screen when he's playing the traps, dude. That would help. So now he has to like be careful about playing into crushing. So he plays on the back row. Kinda smart. Lucas is smart. Maybe I will try his suggestion for my Golden Necker Pouch Saddle deck. Serpent Trap, huh? Yeah, it will get good value unless you mulligan the Heatwave. Or the Giga Chad move, Serpent Trap this, or Heatwave the Serpent Trap. Like it's two things. Either this is Deception or Serpent Trap, right? Oh, he Heatwaved the wrong one. I mean, technically that was 12 points, and he lost something that would have gone Tell Punished anyway. Maybe. Copium. It's gonna be Sergeant, right? Yeah. Now that Serpent is gone, Lucas can start giving everything armor. Why was he in such a hurry to click the... Oh, because of Yorveth. He's worried about Yorveth on the Serpent Trap. But he's gonna have to play other battle preps anyway. Yeah, there's Yorveth on the Serpent Trap repeat. And he's really sad now. He really wishes he had Heatwave the Serpent, the correct one. I think. No, because then Yorveth just replays Abduction. He Heatwaved the correct thing. And this Light Cav actually finally gets value. This is the first time Kepko has played a unit, but now he's just gonna steal the Deadeye, the Light Cav anyway, turn it into a Deadeye. This Swears is looking mighty sad now. But Lucas should just be patient, I think. He knows there's a reordain, right? You ever hold Yorveth for some time to pretend like you're choosing a different trap. Yeah, I mean, there's no, like, even if you play it fast, I don't think it means it's the same trap. But in this situation, Lucas knows because, except for crushing, every trap has been played. That serpent trap was always going to get that much value. Maybe it was supposed to be on the marine. It would have been 1 point less. Like, usually you'd want to play the crushing late, right? Hey, what is this trap, guys? Oh, horn. Right, horn. He knows that's horn because it hasn't triggered, like, since he played it. There's a fawn. Battle prep on the Afon. Afon lives. Not battle prepping. What was he scared of? Oh, he didn't want it to get stolen by a hostage taker. So there's Spore. And this Swears is going to brick. Because Kepco's saving Reordain for last save. This is the kind of thing Kepco does. He knows that you have Swears and he just holds his... But now the Crushing Trap will play for less. I guess it was never that good into armor, but... Doesn't matter, that's enough. Yeah. Kepco's still deadly with this deck, man. I mean, I imagine if there are decks that can avoid triggering Stinky, which I can't think of how you would do that with considering comboed with it. Like, if you push this deck round 2, it can struggle, but Sticky Situation's been just, like, it's so hard to beat. No, like, even Ogoroids. Because, like, you play something on Incinerating. Like, what bronze is Ogoroid gonna play? What card? I mean, if you play, like, a Goliath or something against Incinerating, Spear Tip Asleep would still trigger it, I think. Because what Kepco usually does is he plays Yorvit's Gambit into Sticky Situation on the back row and Incinerating in the front. It's best of 5. For the finals, it's always best of 5.
Pride is all we've left.
Here is where we are currently at. So game 1, Lucas won with Carapace. Game 2, Kepco won with Deadeyes. And yeah, no problem with Rafen. Hope to one day see you in the tournament. No pressure. Yes, pressure. Play in my tournament, or the potato god will smite you. Look what happened to Full Tilt. He refused to play in my tournament. He used to live a happy life. He was in a loving relationship, and now he's single and homeless. Don't let that happen to you. How's your ex, by the way? I heard she's happy with her new boyfriend, Full Tilt. You guys are still friends, though, right?
I shall not repeat Veneer's mistakes.
They're expecting. Oh, no. Oh, of course they are. A joust on this chariot. Garrison. We're gonna garrison then. Avalok into garrison into volunteers. That
Leave it to us.
thins 1, 2, 3 cards. And Kepco says, I have no tempo. Lucas says, I'm pushing you round 2, brother. I mean, this deck can really sword. As long as he doesn't draw bricks. It really is, Salvinger. It's so intense. You're not putting salt on the wound. Bro's emptying the entire bucket. John Alexale, thank you so much for the prime. Good to see you. So Lucas is going to open with a chariot. It's an engine. Tepco will probably play Rune Mage for Nilfgaard. Look for like either a Joust or a... Oh no, he's just going to open Bakala. He wants to get that engine going first. That makes sense. And he knows Sergeant is up top, so this should boost, right? Yeah. Starts boosting. Lucas can't let that live. I think. But he can't. He can't full leader it. Yeah, takes care of that Marine. That Marine was gonna boost a lot. And Lucas didn't draw Heat Wave or any of his golds. What are these draws, man? Look at his deck. He's got 6 golds. You can't. Even his Nova Justice is bricked. I just noticed. Maybe he just... Oh, he's already played Garrison, though. How many dwarves is Garrison? Or sorry, Zoltan's Company? Is it 6? Or 5? Because he doesn't have room. 5? Okay, technically he has room, but then he can't play the Mahakam Guards. Like, he would love to be able to play Ragnarok here right now. Look at this board, man. Oh my god. I think you just play a Berserker, you click something. Not this, because this might hit armor. Play the Berserker, click, and then you drop the Mahakam Guard. And you click this and you hope it's enough. Lucky ping? Nope, unlucky. He needed the 1 out of 3 to kill the illusionist, and now the second illusionist will play for a lot. Question is, will Kepko play a crossbow first? And that's seems to be the key. The answer is yes.
I never miss, even at full gallop.
It looks like Lucas wants to pass to me. He didn't click the Garrison, but honestly, the pass might be correct. This Peter will be subpar. That's true, but Peter probably gets mulliganed anyway in this. No! It's value on guard. Because you got to mulligan one of these, right? For justice. And you want to mulligan another one for a gold. Like, I think playing this is wrong. Because he just really wanted to click that Garrison. That's a very low tempo move. Like, Kepko could get ahead here with a Rune Mage and a click, but I guess he's gonna play War Council instead. He says I don't need to win the round. Or I don't need last save, rather. Because he's gonna have 4 and 6 and 6. 18 points of carryover. I mean, Illusionist gets him there, but I think maybe Kepko's thinking about, does he want to play Shoop Resilience? Without Rune Mage, it would be a little tricky. It is going to be Illusionist. I guess no, I miscalculated. He mulligans both of these. And he's going to draw 5 golds. He would have preferred, you know, Zoltan and Serquan or Heatwave. So, of course, naturally, he gets the 2 worst golds. You got to mulligan this one as well. Your Novi Justice. Surely Serquan or Heatwave is better. Okay, so he misses the Heatwave. Here comes the guaranteed to be completely BS NR card. Yep. At least that gives Ragnarok value. Never mind. 18 points of care of nothing strange here. That's kind of the whole point of the deck, right? Play Calvi from Red Coin, win prizes. This is why Calvi, instead of getting provision nerfed, should have been point nerfed. Like power nerfed. Because you should be able to tempo pass and force them to not play Calvi. Like Calvi should be like 4 power. Should be like a squirrel. Should be risky to play. And then you can make it 9 provisions for all I care. I don't know. Maybe 10 is the limit for how low it can go. Oh, interesting. I thought we'd see a gold get played there. Because if you play a gold, you could kill the Carabalista or the Chariot. Is it going to be Shoop Destroy Artifact? Or Shoop 3x3? Shoop 3x3 kills 3 of these guys. Oh, he goes for the artifact. Hold on. So he played Remedy first to protect this engine, I guess. And now
An ill wind blows.
was this correct on the front row?
Break the sail.
I guess he has to answer the Serquan, or the Marine with the Serquan. The reason I said it should have been back row is because now, if you play Zoltan front row, you can't play the Mahakam Guard. So I think that's a slight misplay. I guess Novi Justice fills up the row decently enough. And you do have 2 guards to play, so either way, you were gonna run into this problem. All right. So Redea back row.
For you, a very special item I have. A surprise.
Kepko kept a Peter. Right, because of the Mahakam Guard. You should play the first Mahakam Guard. The first Mahakam Guard is less points. Gets Peter.
I care for that.
You know the last card is Heatwave. You know that, Lucas, right? So just play Scoundrel first. Yeah. So Heatwave will just kill a 7. There's... Will there be enough points left? These are soldiers. There's one Mahakam Guard. Wins by 2 points. And Lucas goes ahead 2-1. Crazy. Sorry, I got a little distracted because I heard what I think is the sound of a kid or something outside. Doors for the win. There's a sound alert for Wake Up Dwarves. I think it's free. Why not save Marine? When we have some guests and they have children. Player on Serquan or Heatwave? Because he doesn't. If he had used War Council and Marine, but like he doesn't know if Kepko has Heatwave or not. Or sorry, if Lucas has Heatwave or not. If you buff it then to player on Serquan, then it dies to Heatwave anyway. Plus Serquan by the end of the game would have played for like 17 points. Right? Okay, so Kepko with the self-wound deck. And Lucas with soldiers. Does he play Ramon? He does. This Sweers might smurf against the Queen's Guard. Maybe, I don't know. But how do you deal with the Melusine? Do you have a Heatwave? You do, but it's not... I guess you just Heatwave it later. There's also Lemons. Alright, maybe you can deal with it. Like, if he plays it later, doesn't Lucas also just play his Serquan or Heatwave later? This Herald isn't actually doing well. It's valuable with Queen's Guards. Here comes the slave driver. And one leader charge to make sure it doesn't die to any shenanigans. But there is a Canute.
Pansy.
This is not a cultist, so that rain is the last rain we're gonna get from Melusine. Until Vildecarl gets played.
Axes out! Ready to board!
3 Marines on the board for Lucas. Kepko can click the Queen's Guard. I mean, he's getting carryover, but is Lucas outpointing him with just engine value? Alright, 1 lock.
Real good. Real good.
And he does have a Quartermaster to activate the Queen's Guard again. He also has Vildkarl for a lot of tempo. He has the leader as well.
Pride of the Navy.
Okay, so you drop the Vildacarl to the left of Melusine. And then you ping and you leader. And then next turn you play the Quartermaster. You save the Canute. Okay, Curse Scroll being used by Kepko. He has Golden Neck already, so he just grabs Flaminica. Flaminica will be a lot of points. Okay, so this I think means he's gonna stick around. I don't know, there's 3 Marines, that's 5 points a turn. Well, we do have a Ceres Fearless. Alright, Flaminica will come down now. And we heal the Herald and hit the Melusine. $45.31. Is Cyrus here? You wanted to see this deck played well? Kepko's doing it. He's showing how you get lots of value. He does run Curse Scroll to get Melusine round 1. And I think he's gonna open with Sigrifa in round 2 if he wins round 1. Avoid it getting lemons. Of course, this kind of deck is a lot easier to play in tournament than on ladder because you have certain engines and knowing exactly how many answers your opponent has helps a lot. A Fawn comes out. Lucas is really committing. He does not want to give up the round. But I think Kepko will keep playing. Restore where? In the cheese pile where it belongs.
I'd lend you a hand, but then I'd have none.
He didn't need this round. Or he doesn't need to click it this round. He could just activate.
Train on the curb. I hate it.
Best boy forever at 3 power. Best boy is immortal. Alright, Lucas is running out of flanking spots. He drops a crossbow, and he accidentally pings the Queen's Guard, which means, or not accidentally, randomly pings the Queen's Guard, which will get healed by this anyway. And then here comes Vildacarl. Was Ceres already used? Why is it all... Okay, it's mid-use, that's why. Okay. So now there's a whole row of Queen's Guards. Kepko's starting to run out of cards he can play. Illusionist isn't anything. This is a 1 point a turn card. Illusionist and Truffle don't have targets at the moment. Lucas can't be feeling great about this. He's gonna play the Truffle. It won't get him ahead, will it? It does. It does. Because he's getting 6 points a turn. Well, 1, 2, 3. 4. 4 points a turn from this. Would put him at 82, and then Lucas gets 6. Technically, Kepko can pass now. It's either pass or play the Canute. And I think playing the Canute has a lot of merit. Well, not merit, but like is a decent amount of points. But you gotta wonder, what does Lucas have left in his hand? Potato is too big, covering the score. He's fat, but apologies. Okay, he gets the pass from Kepko. I mean, Lucas should not take the tie because Kepko has Golden Necker in hand. And the thing is, in this situation, you gotta know that Kepko has really good cards in hand, so otherwise he wouldn't offer the tie. Like on ladder, sometimes people offer a tie, but they're usually like without thinking about it. But usually, if a good opponent's giving you a tie, it's not a good deal. Yeah, he has to Xavier here, of course. The problem is, like, Sigrifa still gets value on Hayway Flaminica or on Stalblood if it's a short round. I guess Kepko should... Okay, he's just gonna Sigrifa now. And Lucas will immediately heatwave it. And then he's gonna banish what? All the bronzes? Because there's the Freyas. 1, 2, 3, 4 left. It's not enough turns to banish them all, man. Clicking lemons is just troll. The other problem for Lucas is he just has locks. But I guess a Ramon into a lock gives him 3 bodies so he can click. Blue boy. I mean, Kepko knows there's locks, so he will probably leader a bunch here. Well, we're still going to see a Ramon lock because this truffle click is here. I think you Ramon lock and then you click the truffle. And that's 11 points. Yeah, Kepko still gets there easily. Maybe it's pass. Maybe you don't need last say. You already played your heat wave, so last say is not important. Maybe having these locks in the next round will prevent any engine value. Oh, his Golden Necker is still a decent amount of points. Like, Totem is a lot. It's not just engines, it's also Point Slam. And, like, and there's... I don't know. Okay, Lucas does pass. That's an understandable pass. I think it's a good pass. At least Blue Boy's not a threat anymore. Udalric. This will play for like 10 points probably. Illusionist targets.
Zimmer Jr. just followed.
Zimmer Jr., thank you for the follow. Illusionist on the Queen's Guard is pretty good. Just, well, aside from offering to the sea, there's really no way for Kepko to effectively stop it. He's gonna open Golden Necker. Now, Totem can also trigger the Queen's Guards. So do you lock the Queen's Guard or do you lock the... Because he doesn't have... Like, this should just be a Peter, guys. This Spheres is so bad. So bad. He locks the Queen's Guard. Because this is a 1 point a turn engine, if you really think about it. Without the side pair. But Kepko will just play the Armored Drakkar now, I think. Yep. Lucas has 3 locks. So he could lock this and then lock the next Queen's Guard as well. But first he's going to Illusionist himself. To get his engine going. Maybe. This isn't really going to be an engine for him though. Yeah, that's offering to kill it. And now the next one won't be a good power anyway. It's just going to be a 9-point Illusionist. So I think you lock now. But it's looking rough for Lucas. He just doesn't have points. Like he can prevent some of this.
Pansy.
He has to lock this also, and then like there's nothing to stop Canute. Which, to be fair, Canute only gets value on Armored Drakkar, but that's still something. He's got another Svalbard Priest, and this one can't be locked. I guess Canute gets value with Udalric, which doesn't have Zeal. Yeah. Lucas will forfeit. So now Kepko tied up the series 2-2. I was gonna play some Gwent on ladder to prevent the spoiler in the VOD, but now I don't have to. Aha. Okay. So Kepko wins with Self Wound. Lucas has NG left. And Kepko also has NG left. Both players, like, Nilfgaard has been losing this whole tournament. You guys see that? Somewhere Irregular just felt a cool breeze grace his shoulders and just felt a little bit younger and lighter. He doesn't know why. Someone should tell him that Nilfgaard lost 4 games in a row. So nice to see NG lose, says Zima Jr. Lot of NG fans out there. People who have nothing but love for Nilfgaard and their ways. Their wholesome, chivalrous ways. Hey, you know, in this matchup, Spheres is actually really good. Possibly. Kepko can play around it somewhat. We also haven't got to see Archbane Heavy Cav with Veil yet. Looks like we're not gonna, since Kepko keeps getting has been only playing this on Red Coin. So is it gonna come down to blue versus red here? We're gonna War Council? We're gonna open with War Council? What? Luke is not messing around. He says I'm going for the 2-0. Or I have a really awkward hand, but come on, brother. This was your Spheres chance. This was your moment. Like, killing an enemy unit is good, but stealing it is better. Is Lucas just gonna pass?
Axes out. Ready to board.
Like, what's the plan here? We're just gonna, like, 2-0 a Calvite deck? After tempo? Well, maybe the plan is tempo pass. So Peter is some reach, but yeah, Lucas is gonna tempo pass. The issue is not a lot of armor on this, so it lost its engine value. Now it's 3 points a turn for Lucas. Once this gets going. But leader will get him there. So Lucas won't be bled, and he will have first say in round 3. Interesting strategy. He also makes Kepko use 2 leader charges. Which might end up making the spheres not be a brick. There's no paid referee? Oi! Wait, I'm not getting paid for this? Oh no. You mean to tell me I've done 144 of these tournaments and no one's gonna pay me? Oh no. Well, 4 years of my life wasted. R.I.P. Kepko's gonna play Truffle into an illusionist. Which is kind of like a magician. And Lucas just yoinks it. Brother, he's down a card, he's not pushing, he's passing. The most value spheres. Like, is there a world where Kepko was gonna push there? You just play your own Truffle. I guess he wants to make sure he doesn't miss cards. He doesn't play Calvite. But he doesn't want to play the Truffle. So he's going to go to round 3 with no carryover. But, I mean, Illusionist is pretty good. Problem is, opponent... Well, Kepko hasn't played Rune Mage. Wow, he even plays a Obsidian Mirror. Mirror can smurf in this matchup, but I don't think we're gonna see it. Do you have a Lemon's range to counter Illusionist? Yeah, if like, it would have been a good thing to play in round 2. Oh, Lucas draws a fawn. So what is this positioning? Like, we're playing Ramon to give it armor. And we're leadering it? What are we scared of? Shoop 3x3? Shoop 14? Rune Mage hasn't been played. Kepko's not gonna shoot. Wasn't gonna shoot here. Same decks? No. One is a Shoop Calvite deck, the other is just soldiers with a fawn. They're 2 completely different decks that play a lot of the same bronzes. But none of and a couple of the same artifacts. They both play War Council and Bacala and Truffle. But one plays Rude Mage Radea Shoot Heatwave. The other plays Sweers. Is there a list with all the winners of these tournaments? There is, but only in my account. I have been thinking about adding it to my decklist spreadsheet, like a link to all of the each of the previous tournaments. Because the Gwent website doesn't let you easily access old tournaments for other people. Is that something that you guys would find useful? Or is it just more like a curiosity? Hey, I wonder who won how many? first say it can be good, but also both players have answers. How many has Kepco won? A few. Off the top of my head, it would be less than 5, I think.
But for the Empire I endure.
So Kepco can get a light cap from War Council. Lucas has been kind of using leaders as well. Like, I don't think you wanna protect your first Marine because it goes tall anyway. One has good win percentage. I think Miawan has probably won like 2 or 3 times out of like 5 or 6 times he's joined. So yeah, pretty good percentage. Kareem has the best win percentage. He played last week, lost to Gandalf. Gandalf played the last 3 weeks and only won once. I mean, playing a field of 16 and winning 1/3 at a time is still pretty good. He got to the finals twice. He won once. He got knocked out earlier another time. You can definitely tell, like, good players have a better chance, but it's not guaranteed. When I say good players, I mean, like, like famous known pros or whatever. So Lucas has 2 crossbows going, and Kepco just has 1 lock. He can, like, apply an infusion, but Lucas has sergeants to protect them, or to re-enable them. Lucas will play his armored cav to get rid of the Marine, or to lock the Marine. And Kepco also has a lock. So he has to play everything else on the range row. Still hasn't played his Rune Mage, by the way. So if I win once and retire forever, the best win rate?
Not on this ship.
I wonder if there's anyone else who's only played 1 and 1. There's a good chance. I think Lirio played once, but he didn't win. Trusky also didn't win. Or did he? Weekly 100, both Trusky and Lirio played, I believe. Maybe it was Gandalf, and I'm misremembering. I'd have to confirm, but you would be it would be a good bet to say you'd have the highest win percent. Okay, so we're gonna go with Shoop. Is it just Shoop 10-4? Just Shoop lock. Locking the Afon because it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Didn't Gandalf win the first time he joined? That's true. Gandalf has won twice. 3 times? But then he also he joined again, and he doesn't have 100% win rate is Kerp's point. Heatwave and Sergeant left for Kepco, but he also has both of his artifacts still active. Heatwave was going to be on a 15. Oh man. It's close. This is going to ping. This is going to boost. I don't know the math. I think Kepco has it. It's currently 62 to 89. He's going to... It's 60 to 73. He had a leader charge. The leader charge is going to be the margin of victory. He wins by 1 point. Holy crap. 74 to 73. Wow. What a series. So Nilfgaard finally won a game. Here is how the finals went. Quite the back and forth series. Lucas played a non-Shoop Adastriga deck and won against Soldiers, and then Deadeye Ambush won against Soldiers, and then Precision Strike won against Soldiers, and then Self Wound won against Soldiers, and then Soldiers won against Soldiers. If you're watching this on YouTube, please leave a like and subscribe, or just a comment. Let me know if you watched it, what you think. I like seeing those, even though I don't always respond right away. And thank you for watching. I hope to see you next week. In 2 weeks, we have Bronzapalooza with $100 for first place, $25 for second place. And the rule is you can only have 4 golds max per deck. 4 factions, 4 decks. If you're interested, keep an eye out for that one. It will be happening in 2 weeks. The exact date and time I will post in Discord as soon as we have the casting team finalized. Cheers.